From piston legends to modern turboprop record breakers, even planes without jet engines can be incredibly fast. This time, we're counting down the 10 fastest propeller-driven planes ever built. We're opening the list with the Mk.XVI Ultravolt, which stood out as an experimental interceptor that could reach roughly 426 knots. It was powered by the 3,500 horsepower Wasp Major, the most powerful piston engine of World War II, providing roughly 1,500 more horsepower than its predecessor, the P-47D Thunderbolt. Unlike the Thunderbolt's bulky turbo supercharger system, the Mk.XP-72 used a compact mechanical supercharger that allowed for a cleaner, more aerodynamic shape, contributing significantly to its high-speed potential. The first prototype used a 4-blade propeller, and the second tested a counter-rotating 6-blade version. Both Mk.XP-72 prototypes reached about 426 knots. Planned production models were expected to push the top speed even further, potentially reaching up to 469 knots. This gave the Ultravolt the potential to become the fastest piston engine propeller plane ever built. The jet age was already dawning, and priorities shifted. In 1945, all of the P-72 orders were cancelled. Next is the supermarine Spiteful F Mk.XVI, reaching 429.3 knots. Developed as the successor to the Spitfire, it introduced a completely new laminar flow wing. Following the same concept as the P-51 Mustang's wing, this design reduced drag at high speed. The wing also had a thicker root, a thinner tip, and a smaller overall area, improving roll response compared to the Spitfire's iconic elliptical wing. The Mk.XVI in particular was equipped with the 2,420 horsepower Rolls-Royce Griffon engine, giving it excellent acceleration and top-end speed. This made the Spiteful the fastest British piston engine fighter ever built. While the Spiteful ultimately could not compete with the rapidly advancing jets, its legacy was far from lost. The aerodynamic knowledge from its laminar flow wing directly influenced one of Britain's first naval jet fighters, the Supermarine Attacker. Returning to the modern era, the Airbus A400M Atlas tops out at 433 knots, making it the fastest propeller-driven military transport ever built. The A400M is powered by 4 TP400D6 turboprops driving massive scimitar-shaped counter-rotating propellers. As the most powerful single-propeller engines in the world, they feature reversible pitch capability that provides immense braking power, allowing the Atlas to deliver up to 25 tons to unpaved runways as short as 750 meters. Designed to replace the aging C-130 Hercules, the Atlas can haul up to 37 tons, nearly double the C-130's capacity, and features a full-glass cockpit with cutting-edge avionics. This platform is built for extreme versatility. Its wide flight envelope allows it to serve as a tactical tanker, capable of refueling fast jets, slowing down for helicopters, or even topping up another A400M mid-air. Blending the efficiency of propellers with near-jet performance, the Atlas stands out as a modern, high-performance military transport that is still in production today. Number 7. The Lockheed P-3C Orion. It isn't famous for speed, yet it earned a spot on this list after setting an FAI and NAA-certified 15-kilometer straight-line record at 435.3 knots. Originally derived from the L-188 Electra airliner, the P-3C features more powerful Allison T-56 turboprops and reversible propellers for better efficiency. The Orion's versatile design includes a tail capable of deploying sonobuoys, a bomb bay for torpedoes, and underwing stations for missiles or bombs, and a tail spike housing a magnetic anomaly detector for submarine tracking. Although production has ended, and the US Navy now operates the more advanced P-8 Poseidon, the resilient P-3C remains a key anti-submarine asset from multiple countries, and even decades later, it still holds its place as one of the fastest propeller-driven patrol aircraft ever built. At number 6, we have the Republic XP-47J. It reached 439 knots in 1944, making it the fastest propeller-driven aircraft of the war and the first to break 500 miles per hour in level flight. The XP-47J was developed as a lighter P-47. Known as the Superbolt, it used a turbo-supercharged double Wasp with water injection and a more streamlined cowling. It also cut about 1,000 pounds by removing 2 machine guns, the rear fuel tank, and other equipment, which boosted its top speed. However, the turbo-supercharger was tuned for high-altitude performance. At lower altitudes, the XP-47J could not match the capability of the XP-72. With only one prototype completed, the Army Air Forces ended the Superbolt program. Even so, the work was not wasted. Its engine and CH-5 turbo supercharger were later applied to the P-47M, significantly improving its performance in frontline service. Taking fifth place is the infamous XF-84H Thunderscreech, which reached 451.9 knots and stands as both the fastest single-engine propeller aircraft ever designed and the loudest. Its nearly 6,000 horsepower engine drove a variable pitch propeller with tip speeds exceeding the speed of sound. And because thrust was controlled by blade pitch, the propeller ran at nearly constant RPM, making it extremely loud. Reports claimed it could be heard up to 25 miles away. The enormous engine torque required additional stability measures, so the Thunderscreech used a T-tail and a triangular dorsal fin to counteract propeller-induced yaw. Even then, handling remained difficult, and one of the test pilots, Lynn Hendricks, refused to fly it again after a single flight. The Thunderscreech remains the only propeller-driven aircraft ever fitted with an afterburner, though it was never used in flight. It never reached its intended 670 miles per hour, but its raw power still makes it one of the fastest propeller planes. Just outside the top three is Rare Bear, a highly modified F-8F Bearcat that set an FAI-certified speed record of 459.1 knots in 1989. While the original Bearcat was already among the fastest piston-engine fighters of its era, Rare Bear was rebuilt almost from scratch under the direction of former Navy pilot Lyle Shelton. The aircraft received a significantly uprated Wright duplex cyclone engine capable of producing up to 4,500 horsepower with nitrous oxide injection, combined with a propeller from the Douglas A-1 Skyraider and clicked wings to reduce drag. These changes turned the aircraft into a dedicated low-altitude racing machine built purely for speed rather than combat. Rare Bear dominated the Reno air races for years and held the official record for the fastest piston-engine airplane recognized by the FAI. This legendary record stood unchallenged for 28 years and became the ultimate target for the legend that sought to surpass it. Taking third place is Voodoo, an extensively re-engineered P-51D Mustang and the fastest piston-engine aircraft ever flown, reaching 462 knots. The airframe underwent multiple rebuilds over its career and was meticulously sculpted into a precision-tuned speed seeker. In 2017, piloted by the legendary air racer Steve Hinton Jr., Voodoo underwent a series of high-stakes runs specifically designed to shatter Rare Bear's long-standing record. Its Merlin engine was boosted to around 3,100 horsepower, and the airframe was refined using computational fluid dynamics to reshape the wing airfoil and delay drag rise near transonic airflow. During the 3-kilometer record attempt, one of the passes reached 482 knots. However, the aging Merlin engine caused irregularities across the required runs, resulting in an official average of 462 knots. This fell just short of the 1% margin needed to surpass Rare Bear as the FAI record holder. Technicalities aside, Hinton's run solidified Voodoo's legacy as the undisputed fastest piston-powered aircraft to ever take to the skies. Claiming second place is the Tu-114 Rossier, the fastest propeller-driven airliner ever, reaching 473.7 knots. First flown in 1957, it was both the largest and fastest airliner of its time. This massive Soviet airliner was a civilian version of the Tu-95 bomber, but with a wider fuselage for passengers. Power came from 4 Kuznetsov Mk.XII MV turboprops, producing nearly 60,000 horsepower in total, each driving 2 enormous contra-rotating propellers. Like the Thunderscreech, these propeller tips could reach supersonic speeds, generating intense noise and vibration. Despite that, the Tu-114 was highly efficient, consuming just 5,500 kilograms of fuel per hour, comparable to a modern Boeing 787, and maintained a perfect safety record. Rossier represented a high point in Soviet civil aviation, and the same successful airframe was also adapted for military use as the Tu-126 MOS, airborne warning and control aircraft. Topping our list is the Tu-95, NATO codename Bear, reaching nearly 500 knots, making it faster than many early jet bombers. First flown in 1952, it remains the only strategic bomber powered by turboprops still in service today. Its 4 massive contra-rotating propellers required tall landing gear, giving the aircraft its distinctive high stance. Its speed advantage comes from 35-degree swept wings, a configuration that delays shock formation at high subsonic speeds and enables performance comparable to early jet bombers while retaining propeller efficiency. The Mk.XII engine, with its multi-stage expanding turbines that extract maximum energy from the exhaust, gave the Bear remarkable efficiency. This gives it a range of up to 15,000 kilometers, allowing it to reach targets far from its base. It is also a rare outlier still equipped with its classic defensive tailgun turrets. Over the years, it has spawned numerous variants, including the Tu-142 maritime patrol aircraft and the Tu-95V that dropped the Tsar bomber, cementing its reputation as a legendary aircraft that combined endurance, firepower, and near jet speed. One aircraft, while not the true speed king, deserves a special mention: the Piaggio P180 Avanti, which holds an FAI-certified speed record over a recognized course at 500.8 knots. This surprising entry is not a military aircraft but a sleek Italian executive transport. Its performance comes from a highly unconventional design, using 3 lifting surfaces, a small forward stabilizing wing, a laminar flow main wing, and a T-tail. Even the fuselage contributes about 1/5 of the total lift, reducing drag and allowing a smaller, more efficient wing. 2 pusher-mounted Mk.XVI engines drive 5-blade propellers, keeping airflow clean and enabling cruise speeds normally associated with light jets. In practical operation, the Avanti typically cruises around 400 knots. And as for the record, the FAI-recognized course measurement is flown in a single direction, so favorable tailwinds can raise the figure. The Avanti earns its place here as a reminder that innovation in aerodynamics can produce performance far beyond expectations. And that wraps up today's countdown. Enjoyed the list? Consider subscribing or check out our other videos.